Hi guys, it's Mixie Beans. Welcome back again to my channel. It's been a long time. Very long. I've been really unmotivated, sad, depressed, not knowing what I'm gonna do. No, the use. No, but seriously, I have really been unmotivated to draw or to do anything really. Stuff in the world's been so poopy lately that it's just my brain can't handle it, and I can't bring myself to make stuff during this time. But while I haven't been posting, I have been just like dabbling in it a little bit. Today I'm going to go over art supplies that I use and my favorite art supplies that I use, just because, like I said, I haven't been drawing lately. And thank you for patience, and to anybody who actually watches. I really appreciate you guys. So the 30 followers that I have. Also, this is not scripted. I only say that because before a YouTube video, I usually like type out exactly what I'm gonna say because I'm really bad at talking. I will ramble. Like, I'm in the intro barely and I'm still rambling. It might be chaotic, it might be confusing, but I'm just gonna put it out there because I really want to create videos again and actually do this stuff. So yeah, let's get started. We're going to start off with sketchbooks. At the moment, I've been using two, kind of. So the one that I have been using is the Electrum 1917 square sketchbook. This is the one that I usually use for like my OCs, the ones that you've been seeing me draw in. This is my OC sketchbook where I'm planning it out. I doodle in here. But this is primarily like OC stuff, you know. But yeah, that's the Electrum. I would give this, it's pretty pricey, I will say. I think it's like $30. But that's why I'm taking my time with it as well. Like, I'm not rushing it because it was 30 bucks. And two, I don't know. It's big paper, and I think I used to love big paper, but recently I've been just really enjoying like a smaller one. I feel like those are better for me now. I really still like this. The paper is really nice. I really like how I can use gouache, watercolor, paint pens, alcohol markers, and it works wonderful. Obviously, you know, these are alcohol markers, you're gonna bleed, but it's not terrible. And plus, I use acrylic markers a lot, so like I'll like trace over it and like draw over it. It's fun. I really enjoy the sketchbook. But yeah, that's one of the sketchbooks I use. So I have this, I believe it's also like Lectrum or Loistrum. Sorry if I butcher it. I always butcher it. The Loistrum sketchbooks, they partnered up with, I think, just Bullet Journal. I don't know what the other company is, but I know that the packaging said Loistrum X Bullet Journal. That's it. But anyways, this is a dotted journal, right? But the paper quality is so nice. Like, it's thick, it's soft, it's like such a perfect drawing. Like, I don't know. The artist in me loves this paper. I can put any kind of medium and it works awesome. So like, this is like my everyday journal slash, I'm not gonna really do a flip through. It's nothing too private, so I don't really care, but yeah, I just do everything in here, from sketching to collages to like journaling, regular journaling. Doing a lot of collages lately. Like, that one's really nice. But yeah, the paper is really awesome. Like, I use alcohol markers. They blend and look so nice on this paper, even though it's dotted. I can see that, but I feel like I low-key like the dotted look, you know. It gives it a little personality. I use acrylic paint pens. I kind of messed up on this one, which is why I haven't finished it, but it's fine. Nice sketchbook. It is a little on the pricier end as well. I believe I got this at Barnes & Noble's for roughly 30 bucks. You don't need fancy sketchbooks either, by the way, guys. These are just like the ones that I use and I prefer. But I definitely have like some really good sketchbooks that I've gotten for under 12 bucks. You really don't need these. I just personally prefer these. paper wise, we're gonna go move on to is this Strathmore drawing paper. I use this specifically for like just doodling, sketching, or my favorite is using oil pastels on these. Like I have so many of these notebooks that I just use oil pastels in, and it's really good paper for it, in my opinion. I like to get the bigger ones, like the 9x12s, or like the huge ones. I forgot what size they are, but they're like huge. I like using those for oil pastels mostly. Strathmore Bristol paper. This stuff's great. I use it for primarily if I'm using like any kind of marker, like acrylic paint markers like this one, or like this one I use with Copic and, well, not Copic, Ohuhu markers. I have like 2 Copic markers, guys. I don't know why I said Copic. But Ohuhu markers, alcohol markers in general, it's just really good paper in my opinion. I like don't put a film under it because I usually will with paper, and it does not bleed to the other page at all, which is awesome. So yeah, 10 out of 10. These are like pretty not too pricey, I would say. I always have coupons from Michael's, so like you can get them for like really cheap if you really tried. But this one's about like $8, I believe. It's not that bad. Second marker pad, which is again Strathmore. This is just a marker paper instead of Bristol board, but this is just really smooth paper. Personally, I prefer the Bristol board. It's just not as, this is not as thick, so it does bleed more. Like I've tested it out. That's why I actually use my little protector for these, because it will bleed through the other page a little bit if you don't use it. It's still really nice, and the colors blend awesome on this, but like I said, I don't like it just because, well, I do like it. I just don't prefer it because it just bleeds a little bit from the other side. And I just be going sometimes. Sometimes I don't want to use this, you know? It kind of creates a little weird, because it's a weird sizing. Are going to be these little fluid watercolor paper blocks. I like these because they're cheap. I think I got these for like $5 each. I might be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I'll put the price on here if like it calls for it. I used watercolor in a fat minute, so these have not been used recently, but it's good paper. I think that's it paper wise. On to pencils and pens. Yay! The majority of my drawings, I'm going to probably be using one of these Fudenosuke Tombow brush pen. These are awesome. Michael's had a deal not too long ago where if you could buy like 5 of them, you get like 2 of them for free or something, or if you buy 2 you get 5 free. I forgot the deal, but I ended up getting so many. I think I have like 8 now, and I loved that deal so much. Some other pens I'll use will be my microns. I like microns. I don't love microns, but I like them. I prefer using my Tombow versus my microns because whenever I erase on these microns, it like fades really bad. So, and I don't like that because I have to reline the whole thing and it's pointless. Some Copic ones. I don't know how, I think I just used up all my luck this day, but I went to Ross one day and I ended up finding like 3 packs of Copic markers that, it was like a bundle pack. So it had 4 markers, 4 chows, like these. This is actually part of one of the packs, but it was 4 of these. It was gonna be a green, a blue, a pink, and a corally color. And then it came with a liner as well for only like $8. $8, bro. And I think I got 2 of them because I didn't want to be greedy. I didn't need that karma towards me, okay? I would have never really, I never really wanted to get Copic liners just because like they're expensive and I feel like there's better alternatives sometimes. So like I never really got into grabbing these until I got that pack. I tried it. I think it came with this red one and then this blue one. Because I got, like I said, I got 2. So one of them came with red, one of them came with blue. But they came with the same Copic colors, which is weird. It's probably why it was $8 at Ross. Yep, those are good. The next one that I love is gonna be my Furikake. I think it's furikake. I might be wrong. Don't mind this chewed this chewed up cap. I didn't even realize. I have a bad habit. But anyways, these are my favorite brush pens of all freaking time. I bought this one. Well, they're the same, but I've bought more recently. So this one's new, I believe, which I don't know why I have my cap chewed like that if it's new. I also like this brush pen. I totally forgot what these are called. When I figure it out, I'll put it on the link on the description or something. But this is also a really nice pen. I believe this one isn't waterproof, but these are, because I've definitely used these for watercolor before. These are great. For pencils, I use these Blackwing matte pencils. I love these pencils, my holy grail. I bought a pack of 12 for like, they're really pricey actually. I bought a pack of 12 for $30 at one of my local art shops. It's called Meniner, something like that. All right. I really enjoy how dark this pencil is. Like, it looks like line art when I use these sometimes. Next, we have these pens. These pens are really, really cool. They're the Pentel Matte Hop pens, and I use them like for sketching. I use them to add like little details because they're like paint pens almost in a pen form, and it's literally so cool. You can put them over like anything and it'll be bright. Here, let me show you an example. I really like the way that they look. All right, for colored pencils, I'm going to be mostly using Prismacolor pencils, as well as I recently started using these Holbein ones. I only have, I think, 4 or 3 of these because they're expensive, but these are really nice to sketch with and color with. These are the colors I like to sketch with the most of, so this is why I grabbed some of these. But if not these, I'll mostly be using my Prismacolor ones. I got my Prismacolor pencils kind of cheap because, like I said, Michaels always has some really good coupons. Use Michaels' coupons. Get their app. It's so good. I use so many of their Michaels coupons, and I ended up getting like the 48 pack for not too much. They are sometimes pricey if you don't use coupons. If you buy them on Amazon, they will get a little pricey, but in my opinion, they're kind of worth it. You can also, an alternative that's cheaper, use Crayola color pencils. Crayola's really good too. On to markers. For markers, I have a range I use. Let's do alcohol markers first. So for alcohol markers, as I mentioned earlier, I use Ohuhu markers. I got a pack, like I said, at Michael's. I have the pack with the brush nib and then the fine nib, which I kind of regret because I didn't realize they had one where it's the brush nib and the chisel tip, because I probably prefer the chisel tip over the fine nib if I'm being honest. But yeah, those are great. You can get packs on Amazon. You can get packs on their website at Michael's now. The next ones I'm going to be using is most likely the AOs. The AOs at my local art store are usually on sale, so that's why I always reach for them. They're cheap to me and where I'm at right now, and I like to get like some monochrome ones. I usually use these for like backgrounds or sketching or when I'm doing color blocking. Really, really nice markers. They're really strong though in alcohol, so like I would use those outside, or if you're next to a window, keep your window open, because goddamn, I almost fainted once when I was using them because I was using them a lot. The third type of alcohol marker I use will be the Prismacolor ones. I have the 2 versions of them. I have like the newer looking ones, and then I have the older ones. The older ones are some that I got from thrift store, which is a really awesome find, by the way. I got from a thrift store like a huge pack of like these Prismacolor markers. They only come with the broad and the fine, and their barrels are like paper, but they're really good markers. I'm so sad they're discontinuing them, which is why I have like so many of them now, because my art store was having them on sale. I got a bunch of them, the brush tip ones with the fine tip, and they're really good markers to use. I really like the brush tip on this one because it feels like bouncy. And when you flick it, it like blends so nicely with everything.
Where's my color? Just give me all your dead stock, please.
The third alcohol marker brand I use is Copic. I only have like a couple of them. I think I have a total of like 4 Copic markers. I have this one, G12, this Copic Chow, because they're so pricey, man. Like even with coupons and stuff, like they're so pricey. Yeah, I have those as well.
Pricey AF.
Next thing for markers is acrylic markers. I've been really liking acrylic markers lately, and they're so fun to use. They're such, like, they've been a rave for like a while now, but I've only started using them I think like a month or 2 ago. Some of my favorite brands so far are the Shuttle Art markers. I have these, and then I have, these are their other ones, the barrels. You can see how much ink is in there, and they just, I love using them for like everything. They're so nice. So I feel like a lot of the acrylic markers lately have been kind of similar in my opinion in terms of like ink. So like they pretty much act the same as the other markers. They're just a lot more of them. So yeah, I really like these. I do recommend getting them if you see some on sale. Onto some more markers. We have my Tombow markers. I love Tombow markers. I like to use mine for sketching, doodling, or journaling as well to make, I don't really do headers, but I like using borders. So I'll use these for the borders or like the background. Watercolors and gouache. I have these Winsor & Newton gouaches that I got like a long time ago. I haven't used any of them up really because I haven't really been using gouache. I really need to, but these are really nice. They are like water soluble gouache, I believe, right? Yeah, these aren't the acrylic gouache. I've been wanting to dabble into acrylic gouache, so I might, if you guys have any other suggestions for acrylic gouache, let me know. For watercolor, I've had this Winsor & Newton palette for like the longest time. This used to be white, and it's no longer white. But I've only replaced, I believe, 2 of these, which is the red, and then I think it's just the red actually, but I've only replaced 1. The other ones I haven't really used too much of. I haven't been using watercolor a lot lately, but I've had this palette forever. It's my favorite watercolors. So for any oil pastels, I really like these Artist Loft oil pastels. My mom gave me these for last year in Halloween, and I've been really liking them. As you can see, they're very used and well loved. Very pigmented and very smooth to like blend with. Next I have these Holbein pastels. They're also very nice, but they're on the drier side. This is my Chandelier one, which is really expensive. I believe this one was like $20. My wallet cries every time I even look at these. But yeah, these are some of my oil pastels. And then last but not least, or actually I have 2 more. Before I get to the really expensive one, this is like my cheapest one. These are the Crayola oil pastels, and I got this pack of like 24 for only like $10. So these are awesome to use. I really like using these as well. Like the Holbein ones, they are on the drier end, but I like to use them regardless. The Holbein ones, I think I got this pack of I think it was 20 something for $20 about at my local art store, so not too bad. Okay, and last but not least, I have my Chandelier pastels. These are so expensive. I figured I'd invest in one of these fat ones because I had to replace at least 3 times the white one here. See, it's this little itty bitty one because I use the white the most. But these are really, really nice oil pastels. I really like them. I got this pack. I think this whole pack is like 60 or $80. But they are very well loved and I really like using them, especially with like other brands. So I like really using these with my Artist Loft ones, which is a cheap oil pastel with a very expensive oil pastel. But yeah, these are really nice. But yeah, those are my favorite art supplies slash the art supplies I use the most. Now, this is not me flexing. A lot of it is me literally trying to find the best deal because I'm just like my mom. I will always go to the clearance section first. I would always look at secondhand stores first, and I just always use my coupon. I also like to collect stuff. I have a really bad hoarding problem. But yeah, thank you for staying and listening. This was a long video. I definitely am tired from talking. Thank you so much. See you guys hopefully, I would say maybe the next month. Birthday vlog. Hey. Yeah, next time hopefully I will do some drawing and actual art. Maybe some digital art. We'll see. But thank you so much. Love you guys. Bye.